visions. We have not only one vision, probably you have more than one. And most probably you've done a vision board, or maybe a checklist, or a to-do list, or maybe a to-do feel, or how you would like to feel this year. So now we are here, halfway through it. And the question I want to ask you is, have you got the things that you wanted? Have you checked them? Because let's say that this vision, that is a little seed. But for that little seed to grow, we need to water it, we need to give it sunshine. The thing is, if we don't give all the love and attention that a seed needs, it won't grow. The visions we have will float away. This bridge between you and your dream, the way that you're going to get there is through a system. And having a system that you know where you need to go, you know roughly what you have to do, because most of the time is a quest. It depends really what kind of thing that you're doing. But most of the times you've never done it before, so you don't know. And the thing is that we romanticize being spontaneous. We romanticize doing things different, but doing things different doesn't always mean not being consistent with it. Because you can still do the same thing, maybe in different places. And the thing that no one tells you is that you need to feel your body and know, does this activity work for this time slot? It's 11 a.m. and I'm just about to eat lunch. Do I want to do a super intense workout? Am I willing to? And most of the times, your energy levels are going to be the same every day, sort of, if you're not a woman, because we have our cycles and everything. But most of the time, you know when you're going to peak, you know where your focus is going to be, what kind of activities can you do, when you can push harder. And that is something you only notice if you really, really pay attention. Because I think it's very easy to bypass ourselves and just think that the body is something that you have to overcome. That is like, oh, wake up at 5 a.m. When you pretend to think that a system works for you, but when you're not listening to what your body is asking you, instead of creating freedom, you create restriction, because you're not able to completely flow. Yes, it's important to do the work even when we're not at our peak, because sometimes even being at our best doesn't mean being at our peak. But what I'm saying is, when you finally stop and listen to where your body wants to go, where you want to go, and follow the little nudges of, okay, perhaps I feel my best time to go and exercise is after lunch. Perhaps is before lunch, if you have the option to, before work, after work. And then you try a different way. Systems, they create freedom. Because once you stop starting from scratch every day, you save your energy. You save your energy to do what you love every day. And the more grounded your system is, the more expanded your creativity is. It's not about figuring out all at once, because that's impossible. But it's about following the little nudges and starting. Asking yourself kindly, when is the best time? And not always we're going to have that answer. We're going to have to try, we're going to have to test and see if it works for us. Starting with one system at a time to hold a vision. It could be even a 10-minute ritual. It could be a space. It could be a boundary. I, for example, have set myself a little system that I follow every morning. I don't check emails. I don't check messages. And most of the times, if I need to use my phone, is going to be to do maybe notes up, but mostly I don't use my phone, and that is to preserve my focus and to preserve the capacity of thinking and analyzing. And that goes into attention span and everything too. But that has done wonders for me. And I guess I would also like to share, when I exercise, I often do very little tasks. And the exercise is kind of like on hold. So I have 2 tasks. And then I say, okay, now do I want to do task number 1 or do I want to exercise? Then maybe I choose to do task 1. And then after I ask myself, okay, task 1 is done, now task 2. And I always feel like I shouldn't go exercise because there's some kind of pressure. I don't know, like people that love sitting at their desks. But most of the times my body is telling me to go for a walk, go exercise, go cycle. Even if there's a pressure from somewhere else, just like, don't go, just stay here. And then I go, I exercise. I did this today. It's about finding what works for you and paying attention to your energy levels, paying attention to what is good for you, to what's not good for you. Systems are here to help us, and I think when we use them in our favor, we get more time to do nothing or to be with our loved ones. And I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.